Uh, good morning. I just wake up, so I never ever brush my teeth, sir. And I feel like I should just talk about this thing I see on science. According to CNN, has been quoted that drinking of alcohol, excessive drinking of alcohol, can damage a section of our brain, which will affect our reasoning, human reasoning. So make it me, I know they drink alcohol. Anybody will know me for many years knows me, I know they drink alcohol. So I just realized that the few times I tasted alcohol, I wake up with a sore throat, and throughout the day, my body I don't feel nice, and that was several years ago, and I decided that alcohol is not for me. Beside that, my father never really drank alcohol. I never saw my father from the day I became sane to understand what's happening. I never saw my father taking alcohol, and I never saw my mom. So I don't understand where alcohol drinking should be my thing. So that is understandable. But I just want to share this with us, for those of us who see drinking alcohol as a hobby or a never-ending habit. So like you see here, science has come to say that when we drink too much of alcohol, it damages a section of our brain, and it affects the way we reason and all that kind of a thing. And when I was digesting the topic in my head, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to go and brush my mouth. I said, no, let me just use my mind to do this talk. And you see, we are all adults. You can only tell a kid to not drink alcohol. You can only tell people who are still young and naive to control the way they take alcohol, but not an adult. As an adult, we ought to know what is good for us and what is not. And the decision for us to either stay away from it or to continue drinking is personal. So I just want to add a little by saying that, yes, I agree with this thing that too much of alcohol intake can affect our brain cells and the way we think and the kind of things we say. That being said, there's something that I want to also point to us, which is the next topic. No time to tell time. Get what I'm saying now? You see, when you drink too much of alcohol, everybody know, we understand the outcome of alcohol intake and the way people behave when they take too much of alcohol. I saw something on the news, and it was carried by what they call East Blog. Naira Marley, I think he had taken too much of alcohol and he didn't know what he was saying or what he wrote on the social media. And whoever that is his manager, I'm not the kind of person who call people out on social media, and I don't abuse. So don't take this as an abuse. But I think that I want to point to us that I hope we understand that this social media of a thing is a book we are writing. And we should be very careful of the kind of things we are documenting about ourselves for the future purposes. Just like we are reading books, Bibles, and the things of the people who have come to live in this world several years ago, thousands, 100 years ago, that we are not studying and reading about today. It is those who made remarkable marks on earth that we study about. All those who want to sleep with mama and daughter together, they throw them outside of history. We should not forget that YouTube, Facebook, all these things we are having here, after you are gone, there are people who are going to be reading about your life. This thing Naira Marley said, I think that it is very, 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 very not okay for a society. And I like the reaction that the actress gave by unfollowing him. You see, sometimes I feel like in our social media platform across Nigeria, normal and sane Nigerians that are doing positive things and representing themselves, their family and country are not giving the exposure for the world to know. It's always the negative, the negative, the negative, the negative, the negative. And that's what is giving morale to some certain number of people in our country today that feel that, okay, they can just come on social media because the more trash they say, the more trendy they become, and the people, more fans attribute to them. Let me tell you, I admire Naira Marley, to be very honest. I admire what he has accomplished, but I am not one of his followers. I'm not a Malian. That doesn't mean that I don't respect his talent. I respect his talent, but for Naira Marley, who obviously has turned a role model to people like him in Nigeria and across Africa, to come on social media to say that he want to have sex with a woman less than 40 years old and her daughter at the same time, even have a speculation, and the news is carrying something like that. You see, we call it entertainment. We call it any kind of things, was social media stunt or whatever we call it, but it's morally not okay. Like one woman said, a governor in the US, I think it's Michigan or somewhere, he said, yes, all these entertainment are beautiful. The things we said when this guy brought a shoe with the blood, the human blood inside. He said, but it is about time. We do not, it's not just about what all these things are then we call entertainment. It's about the rescue of the souls of our children. What is happening in Nigeria today, it started like this Naira Marley kind of statement. It is very, very wrong, morally wrong, and otherwise really wrong for a celebrity or a musician that people look forward to, who's an entertainer, come on social media to say that he wants to have sex with a mother and her daughter at the same time. And yet, all these foolish, idealist, idiotic, and I don't know what I should call them, evil blogs are carrying that as a breaking news or as a headline or something like that. I don't understand this country where we come from. Why are we documentary evil instead of good in Nigeria? This is not an entertainment. This is not entertainment. Whoever that is supporting and is paying Naira Marley to do all this kind of things, please advise him. We love him as a brother. He's a musician. Some of his music are good to those who like them, but he should not bring his personal immorality life into play for Nigerians to see, because the young ones who will come up to see things like this, they will follow the same lane, and this will become the future of Nigeria. When Nigeria politicians started, nobody questioned them, nobody asked them anything. Today we are crying. The situation of Nigeria today is unbearable. When APC gave power to Buhari and Buhari became president, when he started appointing all his village people and all his uncles and nephews and into power, nobody was questioning him. Until now that he has control over everything in the country, we started pointing an accusing finger. Why? But at the point he gave the nominations to the National Assembly and everything, nobody questioned him. You allow him to be where he is. Now he has gotten there. He has cemented every angles around him, well protected. He doesn't care about what you're saying. At the end of the day, you will shout, and if God doesn't take him out of the place, he will serve his tenure and get out of it with nothing hurting him. So I feel like we should be very careful in the kind of statement we make in the open. If you hide, control your highness. Don't bring it outside. If you know, because whatever we are doing in today's world, our children are going to study them, are going to read about them, and some of them might even take after that trend. So I think this is not okay for a health. And besides that, Nigeria is not a stupid society. We've had decent and sane Nigeria, and that's what we want to continue, so that the children or the generations that are coming after us will be sane too. We don't want to have a country where people will say, okay, if you want to be stupid and abnormal for the rest of your life, there is a region in the world where you can go to, and that is Nigeria. God forbid. We don't want that in our country. Let's be very wise in the kind of documentaries we are making about ourselves for the future purposes. Thank you for listening. My name is Harry. Talk and leave, no time to tell time. Guess what? It's Friday. Don't get drunk. Save your brain for the future. One love.